yet another this time I try binary domain. Oh, there's a lot of things to say about this game, but first of all, this game requires a voice recognition program, so I will be doing a voiceover instead of doing it all in real time. Ah yes, there's a lot to be said about this game. Before you consider buying this, you should know that the keyboard and mouse function doesn't work properly in the PC version. I'm just showing the options there. This is for the screen options, and it's pretty basic. It doesn't have a lot of graphical settings. In order to set the graphic, you need to start the configure thing if you have Steam. You can also set up voice recognition. Here you get to say the words, and here it is, I'm in trouble, and the game will hopefully recognize the voice. You can also go through a list of words. There you go. They have there's a lot of words there, so yeah, just say the words that you need to say, and if you get it accepted, it should be alright. There's some other scores as well, options as well, setting the noise threshold and all that. You should notice that even using the gamepad, the normal buttons aren't all right. You have the A button where the B button is, and the Y button where the X button is, which is very, very annoying. So I'll just go ahead and play through the campaign. I've already started a little bit, although I was very, very frustrated when I couldn't use my keyboard and mouse. So this is of course a port. That's why this problem is. When I tried using the keyboard settings are just insane. You use A and D to move, for example, the menu around, and you use numbers 2 and 4 to navigate up and down, which is crazy. As you can see, I'm going through the tutorial here. So you can press buttons in order to get kind of a appropriate response, because you actually need to chat with your companion that you have with you when you play, and actually the things you say and the things you do have an impact on how you will be able to command this guy. So you need trust. You need to build up his trust so that he will do things like charging enemies and actually do what you say that he needs to do, which is very cool. I must say, apart from this whole thing about the control system that's been ported over, I really enjoy this game immensely. It has been very fun. I can't wait until they implement a correct keyboard settings. Did not like playing this game with the gamepad. Although the gamepad works very well, I would say, at least as far as I would say. Other than the misplacement of Y and X and A and B, everything else looked kind of alright, except that the start and select button, I think it's called select in Expert as well, isn't where you would think they are. They are probably on the on my gamepad. They are on the analog buttons. I've got a Logitech gamepad 2, I think it's called, and yeah, you can see you firing at them. So it has the same shooting mechanics as you would expect, shooting using the shoulder buttons. This is what I think that's what they're called, and all that. So also the melee attack didn't seem to work when I tried using it. I'm quite sure why. As you see, I'm trying to press X here, but it's on the Y button. So that's what's so strange about it. You also have other weapons. I must say the enemies you fight in this game are cool. They are, and it matters where you hit them, because if you shoot them in the legs, they'll go on the ground and try and start crawling towards you. You can also shoot them in the head in order for them to be confused and shoot on the nearest target they see or know is there. How they're seeing it, however, is a different matter. Cover system's alright when you remember that the A button is where the B button is. And yeah, picking up is kind of awkward if you need to get going real quick. So I would do that. And this, as well as this. Sometimes when you need to go up platforms, you need to use A. If it's cover, you need to go over a cover, use A. And if you just need to move up somewhere, use B, which is A, and A, which is B, which is stupid. As you can see, you you answer this guy, yeah, and he will respond to that, which is cool. I really like how they implemented this, and it works most of the times. I've had some troubles with it, but that's because I don't speak that good English. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that people who can speak properly with the right accent and all that shouldn't have a problem with that. Although some problems do occur, as you would imagine.
All right, let's go.
So in this game, you play, as far as I've seen, you would be dropped out in Japan, Tokyo, to be, I think, or at least Japan, in order to investigate some AI thing. So you fight against AI robots with AI here. It's artificial intelligence, for those of you who have yet to establish yourself in the sci-fi genre.
Thanks, Major. Now, how about in English?
Yeah. So you get a status update. There's a lot of things involved in this game. I've been enjoying it. As you can see, the graphics when you already watch it, so you probably have built up your own thing about it. It looks alright. The graphic isn't the thing that's really going to be the outstanding thing about this game, at least not for my part. I enjoyed the game because, well, it's a third-person shooter, somewhat like Mass Effect, not quite, of course, but shouting your commands to your teammate is, well, it's really cool, and yeah, that's facial expression that got me laughing when I saw it the first time. And as you see, they are robots, which begs the question why they miss when they shoot. It's crazy. I'm mixing up a lot. They mix up a little bit of varied units after a while. At least as far as I got in this demo, they got spy copters as well as normal robots, and also robots manning turrets, which mowed me down a couple of times, and probably the reason why I won't lie, why it was so hard. That, and because I'm using a gamepad, I'm not really used to that. Not in a shooter anyway. I use it for other things, sport game, for instance. You see, that is the main enemy here, robots. As far as I've got, you can actually also pick up their weapons at some point and have it as an assault rifle. But I didn't find any ammunitions for it, so I'm guessing it's just a temporary weapon. But it was quite good. So, now we get to see some shooting action. As you see, the legs, you shoot them off and they fall to the ground. They also have many layers of armor, so you can't just shoot it once. You need to shoot away the green layer first and then the metal layer. I can imagine that later on they have even more layers of armor. So let's see if I get to shoot them in the head or something. So you can see, it's got the same mechanic as most shooters now. Take cover to regain health. Which is well, I really enjoy when you're not doing that, because it feels like you can't die that way. Unless you're being really stupid, which, well, no, I'm not going to say that. Well, I just did.
Fire.
You can also, you see there, I am using command fire, which should make that guy fire, blind fire, but he didn't. Or fire at his convenience. There's also a lot of other things you can do, like charge there, you see. So, and if you get him to charge, he will charge the enemy if he wants to. People won't always do it, which is a cool aspect. It's a different way of commanding your squad, with your squad actually being able to not obey your orders, which is cool, because you have to consider this whole other aspect in this tactical sense, which makes it a kind of a different tactical shooter, I would say, and entertaining as well. However, at least when I played, that guy wasn't very smart, not at all. He'd be springing into he'd be running into enemy fire and actually get very badly damaged because he's not smart enough to take cover. And I haven't found any at all commands for asking him to take cover, at least not in the quick bar there. But you can ask him to regroup, and that sometimes works when I'm able to pronounce it right. Anyway, as I said, very stupid AI for that, for my companion, just running around like a headless chicken and not paying attention to his environment and just running towards the attacker. So that's kind of not a good thing, because he will more often than not end up getting himself killed, and then he has to waste his waste a Medigel or Medpack or first aid kit or whatever it's called in this game. And when he's used up one, you need to use the last one. As you can see, it's right beside the rifle. I've got 3 of them, and he's probably got 3 as well. And if he needs to use them by being stupid and running into enemy fire, then, as you can see, yeah, that's exactly what happens. He just stands there. Granted, he can't really do much. So, hopefully, we'll see some examples of him being stupid later on the line. And there's one of the other enemies, spycopters. They spy on them, and if you're noticed by them, then we'll send more enemies. And there you see a new mechanic of the game. If you shoot your companion, his trust level goes down, which makes that he's less likely to obey your orders. Might even shoot you back. Who knows? I didn't try to shoot him either. Just a little bit reckless at the moment. And also blind fire, which is something I'm missing in another different third-person shooter, which I'm not going to mention. At least not now. I mentioned it before, but I won't mention it now. So here I asked him to cover me, and we'll see how that works. Cover me, as you might imagine, will ask him to cover me, and I remember this part. I remember it really well because this is when I tried to do the melee attack, but he wouldn't do it. No, not a chance. He just wouldn't do the melee attack, which was so annoying. And well, I forgot how irritated I was because I have not been able to do that. I have no idea why. No idea whatsoever. I did press the right button, or at least the 2 of the buttons that should be right. This is the first game, so what might be a boss battle later on, this is, however, very much in the start, so I would never imagine that this would be, well, this would be the acceptable thing to expose us to this early in the game, which might have been cool if they did, but I'm kind of glad they didn't. So their job was to infiltrate without being seen. Yeah, well, didn't do that all good. See, these guys have been working before. You can kind of understand the bantering, and that guy, awkward falling. There's some awkward moments in this game. Like here, when I'm trying to use the B button, but the B button is the A button in this game. This is crazy. Another thing you should be knowing is that if you try to play this game with a keyboard, and you need to change the settings on the display settings of the buttons, and they're not correct either. It will tell you to press space when it's E you need to press, which is stupid, to say the least. I would avoid this if your intentions are to play this game on keyboard and mouse, and would not want to acquire a gamepad in the same. I would wait until they fix that, because this is just so lazy of a major game company like Sega to just ignore the fact that if they want to put it on the PC, then they have to get the controls right. I mean, come on, get their priorities straight. It's been on pre-purchase for so long on Steam, and yeah, when it comes out, there's no way to conventionally use the mouse and keyboard. I tried my mouse, and when I moved my mouse, the camera just panned like it was epileptic or anything or something. It shook like hell, and I think it was inverted in to some degree that I can't even imagine. So I need to fix that. I don't think I will be playing any more of it until that. I really did not like using a controller that, and the controller not even the controller being rightly configured. A being B. Are you serious? And there's no good method to change this in the configuring console when you start up the game either. I mean, it just says what you do with the buttons. It doesn't actually explain what button it is when you choose the to configure the gamepad controls. It doesn't say that you want to change this button for another button. And another thing about that, if you want to test that you've done it correctly, you need to start the game. And if you've done anything wrong, then you have to close the game, start up the configuring, close the configuring, start the game again. And that's not really practical. As well as the graphical options on there as well, either. And when you start up the configuring, and all the graphical options are reset every time, even though you save them, which is also stupid. So this is me more ranting about this game. I really like the game, however. It's just a stupid way it's been implemented to PC that I really hate. The game is good. If you think this looks interesting, then by all means you should buy it. If you can afford it and all that, of course. I don't think there's a demo either, so I will not be as quick to recommend this to people who are a little bit skeptical to this kind of game. But it's really good. For instance, if you liked Mass Effect, you might like this game. But I don't think that this game doesn't have as much RPG elements as Mass Effect, even though the new Mass Effect doesn't have that much of them later, as of late either. This game is kind of more like maybe a bit like Army of Two with voice controls in a different setting, and solo in the campaign. There's a multiplayer as well. I haven't tried that. I'm not really that interested in multiplayer games unless it is kind of open world shooters like Battlefield or Arma 2 or anything. So as you can see, that is that was a grappling hook, or I'm not quite sure if they call it that, but I haven't seen it much more than just that one time, and it looks like a controlled thing, so it might just be a gimmick or just something you do to get to places where you need to go. Yeah, so there you go, upgrades. You can also upgrade your guy, so to make him better at some places. I remember this part. This is where the game teaches me about the voice commands. So we'll just see here. Yeah. I try to say if you try to swear to this thing like saying shit or fuck, it will just when I did it, my guy would say idiot, which I suppose would be kind of the same thing, although just the exclamation fuck or shit would just be like, whoa, damn, what the hell was just happened? But it might just be an isolated case, so either that I'm not very good at saying those words, which means I probably shouldn't do it anymore. As you saw earlier, you see this thing flashing up in the right hand corner of the screen. I haven't gotten to use it more than once, but it's some kind of a loading thing to your gun, shooting a pulse of blue light, probably incinerating the things in front of you. It might be good to use in a charge situation, or instead of the melee if you too are having problems getting the melee to work. Yeah, I think that's something I should say while I just saw it. The running animation is really awkward, at least for that guy. I don't know if you said you should really rev this and just see that again. Really awkward. I don't know what it is, but some games just can't make a good running animation. It seems to be hard because there's many games that is a problem for us. See that? Look at that. Yeah. It's really cool, but it begs the question, why don't they have the visors on? that is vices over there. At least it looks that way. So why don't they have them on? Probably for appearance's sake. Anyway, that's not important. I think it's some time now where I was actually able to headshot one of these things, and they went on a killing spree, killing everything around them. So
Cover me.
let's watch. Oh yeah, this is my failed charge attempt. Didn't actually get that much accomplished, and then there was a grenade. I had to escape for that. And the thing about this whole thing with the where other games has the option of controlling your squad mates, I think this is a better way of doing it, because you don't have to press any buttons. You don't have to press any buttons for it. So
Charge.
So if you say you need to do something else, say you need to get the hell out of there, get the hell out of wherever you are, and you can't really have the time to do that. That's one of the things I was talking about. Look at that idiot running into enemy fire and just staying there. You'll see some examples of that later. Really, really annoying. Got him killed a couple of times, or potentially got him killed. This is a cool part of the whole combat mechanic thing. They have actually some, you call them powers, but he throws out a decoy. Just watch. Decoy, which then absorbs the fire. I thought I was going to shoot it because it would explode like it does in another game. But you actually shoot them, and well, it didn't get all good. Actually, the thing I realized later, yeah, you see, if you shoot them, you can say sorry, and I suppose that will help with the whole trust issue. And there you see, that is one of these things just going amok because it doesn't have a head, so it's going after one of its own. At least until I went over and killed it. When I look at it now, though, it doesn't look like it was going after its own. So I misled you there. I'm sorry. And yeah, blind firing, and when I think about it now, when I see it now, the robots kind of look like they move very awkward as well. But then again, there are robots; they're not humans, so they might not be bound by the same laws that we are. I mean, you can argue that that robot is supposed to be walking like that, but come on, everyone's a human here, and everyone knows how a human runs or walks, and you can't take shortcuts like that. You just can't. You need to make the animation realistic for this. And yes. So you go floor. Last time was grappling hooks, this time was floors. And this is when I encounter one of these things. Shops, where you can upgrade weapons and also yourself. Nanomachines. Inside your body, gaining more health and more protection, all that, you'll see that, right? And you can also, yeah, as you see, you can upgrade your weapon, or Big Bow's weapon, which in this case is, of course, the companion, or the squad mate. The squad mate might be better to call it in this fashion. And you can, and as you will see, you can also shop for upgrades for your person. First aid kits, and increases the quantity of things that you can have with you. I don't think it actually replenishes anything. Yeah, it's. And you get money for killing these things, the enemies, which is cool. In other games you get experience. In this game you get money, which is also cool, which is also just as good, because you can make that money. You can get that money to improve yourself.
Hey, looks like it works after all. There's probably more of these things around. Keep your eyes peeled.
It's a bit awkward playing with the gamepad.
Understood.
Might have been able to play this game a little better if I used keyboard and mouse. And here you can see a typical example of what I've been saying. The idiot is in the fire, and yeah, that's me being taken out by a turret that I didn't see before later. So is very dramatic when he heals himself. Just like in Army of Two, you can use your pistol when on the ground wounded, and it's actually pretty good. This is where I use the most of my first aid kits, and this is one of their guns. I picked them up, and I don't know if you can see it, but up there is the turret. That thing shooting right there. It took me down clean and very effective. And look at the moron. He's just standing in open fire, which... and he's still standing there. And that's one of the decoys. The weapons you fire also... I'm not too happy with the weapons you use. And right there, the moron just went out and got himself wounded. Actually, healing your squad mate seemed to take a lot longer time than him healing himself or you healing yourself, which I don't quite understand why. You'll see that later on. I need to heal that idiot.
Regroup.
Also, as you see the heartbeat monitor of your squad mate, you see that it turns red and yellow, which is showing you how hurt he is, or how low on health he is, or not low. So I asked him to cover me here, and hopefully he'll do that. I don't remember, but I seem to remember the idiot not doing what I told him on several occasions. But it's all a part of the game, which is really cool. It is. I'm not quite sure if you were supposed to kill or destroy the turret. You can't really say that you kill robots, can you? But destroy the turret or the robot that was in the turret. But
decoy.
The robot just jumped down. And then you see, I said shit or something else. I did not say idiot. I think I say grenade, actually. But I don't think there's a command for that. I would like to find a command that says, get out of the way, there's a goddamn grenade or something. But that's what happens if he doesn't recognize what you say. He says, excuse me, what? What did you say? Come again? All that. Happened quite a lot when I played. Testament to not being understood by a voice recognition program.
Yeah, I'm fine, bro. This ain't nothing.
Yeah, that's me being pinned down, so to speak.
Cover me.
And yeah, even though you are in cover, you can be hit by enemies.
Sorry.
But when you're down, it looks like that the robots don't think of you as that big of a threat, which is always nice.
On my way.
Wouldn't want to have that now, would we? And as you can see, just have a look and see. I think it takes a lot longer time healing your squad mate than healing yourself. I would say about double the time. Maybe? No? Oh, okay. That's him charging. Yeah. I'm looking forward to see what more they do about this, but I think I will cut this thing short. I don't have much more to comment on. I don't want to use more time of the game than necessary. So, as I said, this game is a third-person shooter with some puzzle elements. I won't say this thing coming up now isn't a puzzle element. I wouldn't say that. But it's quite interesting, I would say, tactical shooter that you should definitely try if you have the money to spare and if you're interested, and if you think this looks like a game that you would like. Beware, you need a microphone to play this effectively. I don't think you can play a game that requires voice recognition without a microphone. But should be difficult to come by. Probably getting the most headsets nowadays.
Yes.
So, yeah, this has been Awaken Bacon's I Try. I'm Gimme Dally, and I'll see you next time for another I Try video.